welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by your Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan, Tough Juice, Karan Butler, the Hall of Famer, big game James Worthy. Guys, that was a tough one for the purple and gold. They had come into this one 9-1 in their last 10, had won 4 straight, coming off a well-documented, awesome weekend. But you tip your cap to the Brooklyn Nets, who had big second and third quarters, put themselves in a position to take this game. And the Lakers had opportunities up until that final buzzer. It was a good look for Anthony Davis, just didn't get it to fall. Get beat 104-102.
Look, they did a remarkable job overcoming the first half deficit, turning over the basketball. And I thought that Anthony Davis, subpar performance from an offensive standpoint, 6 points in the first half, he began to get engaged and featured offensively. And you saw he had a great opportunity down the stretch. Excellent kick out by LeBron James. Excellent executed play where you had the 5 lifted. DeAndre Jordan had to come over and help, and Anthony Davis had a wide open opportunity. I'll take those chances to finish a game anytime.
Absolutely. I mean, he was 4 of 7 from 3. He had hit a couple there in the second half. You count on a guy like AD who wants that opportunity to step up and knock it down, and it looked good. Big game.
Yeah, and he had just hit a big 3 prior, and it was an excellent play as Karan pointed out. They completely cleared out that side. So when LeBron drove left, DeAndre Jordan had a choice to make. He either was going to allow LeBron to make that layup or help, and left AD wide open. You can't ask for a better drawn-up play or a better shot. The only thing you can think of is, as DeAndre was going to help, if AD had kind of come for a layup, but that wasn't the play. They got exactly what they wanted. Been on a nice run. It's so hard to keep that going, especially you think you're going to beat the Nets when they come in here, even though they're feisty and been playing pretty good. But it was just a tough game. Brooklyn came in here with a lot of stamina, a lot of energy, and it was a good win for them. Good execution down the stretch for the Lakers. Came up a little short.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game a lot. Is this a trap game? The Lakers so strong over the last few games coming into tonight against some really good opponents. And the next few games are going to be important too. Denver, Houston, a couple against Utah as well. So maybe the Lakers kind of sleepwalked a little bit. Maybe the first 3.5 quarters. They said, hey, we're the Lakers. We're good enough to pull this out. And they almost did that, but just a couple too many things not in their favor. Gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, a few too many turnovers for the Lakers. And Anthony Davis, kind of a very slow start, 1 for his first 6. That's not like him at all. So just a few too many things stacked up against the Lakers after a very memorable weekend.
Guys, you can actually speak to this. When you speak of, maybe they did sleepwalk, you don't want to think of it as a trap game after that nice weekend that they had. But when you look at a few statistical categories, they had 4 more turnovers than the Nets, the Lakers did. The Nets were plus 10 from the free throw line, had 14 second chance opportunities. And when you think of those kinds of statistics, you think of the energy and the effort that those kinds of plays take that the Nets were able to capitalize on.
I mean, it happens. And you know what? You come off an amazing weekend. You're being high praise and the momentum in your favor, and then all of a sudden you kind of put your guard down a little bit. This is a trap game. And, you got to give a ton of credit to the Brooklyn Nets. Coach Jacques Vaughn did a remarkable job at leading those guys in there. And we said that when a coaching change happens, this is a great, resurgence, rebirth of this team where, I get to play different type of minutes. I'm auditioning. I get to perform at a high level. And maybe, just maybe, I can prove that I'm worthy of staying on this contender team for next season with the addition of KD and Kyrie. So this is an audition period for all these guys.
Absolutely. And, with no KD, no Irvin, a new coach, everybody in the league probably thinks they can take advantage of Brooklyn right now. But what you have is you have a bunch of guys that played college, they're in the NBA. They earned, and they've been waiting for this moment. Dinwiddie, your boy, you know him well. They're feisty. They want to play. So if you come in with, we just beat the 76ers, we just beat Milwaukee, we just beat the Clippers, it's a natural subconscious thing that happens. And then you get a team like this who's just playing hard. That's it. Just playing hard, knocking down shots. Before you know it, you're down. They did a good job in the fourth quarter, only allowing 17 points. Brooklyn beat them in the paint. That's something that's unusual for the Lakers. They got out in the paint 42-36. So they found a team that was just, that are professionals. and the Lakers just never could catch up to that.
You have to wonder if maybe the Lakers missed the energy. And like you said, James, down in the paint, no Dwight Howard tonight. He sat out because of some intestinal flu-like symptoms. So maybe they missed his presence in the paint. He's not the guy who's going to get 20 points and 20 rebounds anymore, but he can cause problems for the opposing team in that paint area.
A lot of putbacks, too.
Tons of putbacks. He's had a very good season, as we all know. So I think Dwight might have been missed just a little bit, probably just enough to give the Lakers an extra few points that could have gotten the W.
We also know what LeBron and Anthony Davis bring to this squad. 67 combined versus the Bucks, 58 combined versus the Clippers. Tonight, they put up 55. We talked about it pregame. Frank Vogel saying, with 19 games to go, we're not ready to load manage these guys. We still have a lot of basketball left to be played, and tonight it just continues to show how vital and impactful they are for this squad.
Look, you still want to be playing your best basketball going into the second season, which is the playoffs. So it's very vital that LeBron be out there, Anthony Davis be out there, and also when Dion Waiters is, get the green light to participate and play, he needs to get acclimated to the system with LeBron and AD out there, because that's the only way you're going to know how to perform with the best duo in basketball. So it's very important that those guys be out there performing at an amazing clip.
Yeah, just because you've already, earned your right to be in the playoffs, now's the time to start preparing for the playoffs, particularly with the schedule they have coming up. You don't want to lose games going into the playoff, because it's just, muscle memory is what it is. So you got to be fresh. You got to take, maybe the last couple of weeks of the season you might consider, or the last week. But right now you want to kind of reboot and make sure that everybody knows they're on the same page as we move forward these last 18, 19 games before the playoffs start.
Yeah, you look at the effort. It was there, especially in the last half of that fourth quarter. Avery Bradley taking a charge, Danny Green taking a charge, AD hitting a couple threes. A little bit long on that last one, but just that much difference between a win and a loss for the Lakers. Had they turned it on a little bit earlier, they probably win this game.
We're going to hear from players, Coach Vogel, and get to the highlight here in a moment. But first, let's take a look at the latest outside the lines, as the NBA is taking measure to ensure players around the league are safe as the coronavirus outbreak impacts sports in general. Here's a look at some of the bullet points from the league's memo to teams, saying that locker rooms are open only to players and essential team personnel. The head coach and all requested players will be available in the team interview area. And if any interview room is not available, team should create an interview space with media 6 to 8 feet away from coach or player during media availability. The NBA, of course, other professional sports teams taking this very serious. Let's get back to hoops, get you back to